Lake Haven was once a place of joy. Families picnicked on its shores, children splashed in its cool waters, and lovers whispered promises under the willow trees. But something changed. Over the years, people stopped coming. Whispers of disappearances, eerie sounds, and strange figures moving beneath the lake's surface spread through the town. For Daniel, a journalist seeking his next big story, Lake Haven was the perfect mystery. He had heard the legends but dismissed them as superstition. Determined to uncover the truth, he set out for the lake one cold autumn evening, unaware that the lake had been waiting for him. The lake was unnervingly still when Daniel arrived. The water reflected the moon's glow like a giant mirror, undisturbed by wind or waves. He set up his camera, recording the silence, waiting for something, anything to happen. Then, at exactly midnight, the first sound came. A faint whisper drifted across the water. It was soft, almost like the wind, but it carried a distinct echo, as if something beneath the lake was speaking back. "Help me." Daniel's breath caught in his throat. He turned his flashlight toward the water, his hands trembling. The light skimmed the surface, revealing nothing but ripples. Then he saw them. Handprints. Pale, wet handprints appearing on the wooden dock, leading toward him. Daniel stumbled back, his pulse pounding. The whispers grew louder, overlapping, a chorus of lost voices trapped beneath the lake. He grabbed his camera and started recording. Then, the water moved. A figure rose slowly from the lake, a young girl in a tattered white dress. Her hair clung to her pale face, and her eyes were wide, lifeless. Water dripped from her fingers as she stepped onto the dock. "Who are you?" Daniel stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. The girl tilted her head, her mouth opening, but no words came out. Instead, a gurgling, hollow echo filled the air, like a voice distorted by water. Then she pointed. Behind him. Daniel turned sharply. His flashlight flickered, illuminating a row of figures standing at the shore, motionless, watching. They were barely visible, like silhouettes against the mist. Then he saw the missing posters. Old, decayed photographs nailed to the trees, faces of people who had vanished near the lake. One face stood out, his own. Panic surged through Daniel. How was this possible? He had never been to this lake before. Had he? His head throbbed with sudden pain, memories surfacing like bubbles breaking the water. A memory of falling, of drowning, of the lake swallowing him whole. Then, a whisper brushed his ear, cold as ice. "You never left." Daniel's vision blurred as the whispers turned deafening. The girl in white was closer now, her lifeless eyes locked onto his. The figures on the shore began to wade into the water, vanishing beneath the surface one by one. He staggered back. His camera slipped from his hands, landing with a splash. The last thing it recorded was his own reflection, distorted, no longer human. Then, silence. The lake was still once more, reflecting the moon as if nothing had ever happened. By morning, the dock was empty. No sign of Daniel. Only his waterlogged camera, resting in the shallows, whispering with static. And at midnight, the lake called again.